Hello guys, today I want to introduce you to the Gannet XSport for the Mavic series drones. It's been a while in the making. It took us a while to get the design right, but it fits all the Mavic drones and also has a flawless mechanism that is suitable for drones that can pick up small loads and also drones that can pick up big ones. For instance, it must work on the Mavic Air, the Air 2 that can pick up only 580 grams, that's max pickup. And right up to the Mavic 2 that can pick up an amazing 1.2 kilograms. But before we get to that, that's where it's come from. This is the export for the Phantom series drones. This one's been out in the market for about, it's about 8 months now, 6 or 8 months, somewhere around there. We've refined the mechanism in here a little bit over the time to get it optimal to work very effectively. With this release, I have successfully flown baits of 1 kilogram to about 400 meters with a Phantom 4. That's the Phantom 4 Pro. And in one event, I even had a full-blown reel overwind and at distance out, and the drone was safe. It's unclipped, the bait fell into the water, and the drone kept on flying, and we were fishing. This one is obviously based on the Gannet Sport. The Gannet Sport we started making in January of 2019. It hit the market, and there's currently about 10,000 of them fishing around the world. They are so popular because they are so easy to set up and so convenient to set up. You can have any line from 0.2 millimeters to right about 0.8 millimeters. I like to use about a 0.5 millimeter line, and the reason for that is it's nice and soft. And the softer it is, the easier it is to release in any direction. Doesn't matter which way the drone is facing, it will release at the same tension in any direction. The thicker the line and the smaller the gate, the more difficult it is to release. And that will make a big difference on the release pressure required. And on a small drone, that is extremely dangerous. So you want to be able to set this thing up, especially with sport that is only mechanical. To set up, it's quick and easy. Simply hang your load plus about an additional 300 grams, 300 to 400 grams, and then you adjust it down until that drops, and you'll see that this little 3-ounce weight drops, and it's not even the bottom setting. It can still go lighter. And the reason for that is we have guys with a little DJI Spark flying out small and light lures. The smaller and the lighter the bait and the lures, the more dangerous it is, the more accurate the setting has to be. You don't want to struggle to release on those small drones. The bigger and more powerful the drone is, the easier it is to get away with basic settings. But with this one, it is so easy, you can set up anything you want. So if I was to fly a 500 gram load, I'll hook a 500 gram load on there plus another 300 grams. So that's about a 10 ounce. I put a 10 ounce on, or sometimes 2 7 ounces, it's 14 ounces. Put the extra 14 ounces on, adjust it until it drops. No matter the line diameter, it doesn't matter what line you clip in there. You adjust it until it drops. It's just a rough setting of plus minus 300 to 400 grams. And the reason for that is it is the line pull. You need that 300 to 400 grams to compensate for the wind on the line. The further you fly and the stronger the wind, the higher the setting would be. But when the wind is high, you would obviously compensate down and fly a lighter bait, a lighter load. And when the load gets lighter, that's when it really gets dangerous. And the reason for that is as you are flying out, the line would typically bow in the wind. There would be a big bow. And if it's a light load with a big bow in the line and the drone is at a big angle, as it's trying to fight this crosswind or face wind, whichever direction the wind is coming, it doesn't matter. The drone is losing a lot of power just fighting the wind, sitting at an angle, fighting the wind. And you are now, and the wind, the line is in a big bow. That big bow becomes a very, very effective shock absorber. And as you close your bail arm on your reel, the shock absorber actually slows the drone down. There's no shock load, so there's no load to simply unclip it, especially if the setting is high. If your setting is near the limit of a drone and you're flying a light load in a wind, you are looking for serious trouble. So it's better to then set it down that you are only about 300 grams, 300 to 400 grams above the load that you are flying. So if you are flying, let's say for argument's sake with Mavic Pro, which has got 750 grams as a maximum load, that's a maximum it can pick up, and you are flying, let's say, a 300 gram load in that wind, in windy conditions, then you would set it to about 600 grams, which gives you an additional safety factor. And safety is of paramount concern. That is, nobody wants to lose a drone for no reason. And with a soft line, as it is here, can release in any direction. That way, it doesn't matter. Okay, in any case, that's the Gannet XSport. And that is the basis for the Gannet XSport. We've made an export for the Gannet Pro drones. This is the one that goes on the Pro drones. And this one can actually handle loads of up to about 5 kilograms, which is quite heavy. But it's a dedicated unit that is built just for the drones. It's got an even stronger servo in it, and it is wired straight into the drone. It works off the drone's main flight controller. The new XSport is smaller than the original one. It's got a lower profile than the original Gannet for the Mavics. All right, if the weight is about the same, this one comes in at 51 grams. And this one I think was 48 grams, if I remember right. In any case, this design is such that as it is here, it fits the Mavic 2 like that. And obviously you have it secured onto the drone with a rubber band. And it fits beautifully and snugly. So there's no gaps, no nothing. And it auto-locates. You don't need anything more than that, because it locates so nicely around the actual contours of a drone. It was designed for this drone in specific. That's the first basis drone. And that same one will fit onto the Mavic 2, and there it is, the Air 2. So there it fits onto the Air 2 without any changes. Okay, little magic, and there we go, fit onto the Air 2. As for the light sensor, we made it that it's on lights on, it will drop. And this one is now auto-calibrating. So no matter how bright the light is, if it's direct sunlight or not, or if you're flying in pitch black darkness in the middle of a night with no moon, nothing, this thing will know that. You simply switch it on and it will calibrate itself. And there we go. Lights, there we go, it's closed. And if I switch lights on, it opens. So switch lights off, there it is, it's closed, and lights on, it's open. And this is just with the lights that I have here now. So let's open it, there we go, it's completely loose. And there it is closed. And it's a little 3-ounce weight, there we go. Put it in, block the light off, there we go. Like I say, it's auto-calibrating, so it doesn't matter what light conditions there is. You can set that safety load. It will take you less than 10 seconds to set the safety load. If you add your adding the load on, do the setting, and that's it. And you would typically set it for your typical bait that you always fly. If you always fly 300 gram loads, there's no use to set this thing to 800 grams. But if you typically fly 700 gram loads with a Mavic 2, you would want to set it at roughly 900 to 1 kilogram. And remember, the mechanical part on this one is a safety feature, although for when you have a real jam, that it would automatically release. But say the battery runs out or you didn't charge it or something like that, you can use it straight on as if it's a Gannet XSport, as simple as that. Speaking of charging, we've made it that it is onboard charge circuit, so a standard micro USB cable is what you use to charge this one with now. So just a standard micro USB cable which is supplied with a kit. Plug that into any USB power outlet and there you go, you can charge it. One charge will be good for more than 300 drops. There's that much power in this little thing. Okay, that's about it. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. It's very compact, very light, it's durable. The Mavic Pro unit will be slightly different. It doesn't have that. That one is coming. It will have that in a couple of days time, and it will have the standard Mavic Pro light sensors on it. So this part from the original one will come onto the release, and because we're now using auto light calibration software on here, there won't be any issues with the different varying lights. Lights on, it drops, lights off, it's closed. And there we go, guys. Gannet XSport, the safest and most compact electro